Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Residents of Rutherford and Hamilton West will soon be having a by-election. This is to replace Margaret Ferrier, who has just been sort of basically thrown out of her seat. Technically, she is still the MP, but the moment the 10% is made on the petition for a recall election, she immediately ceases that role and will have to stand, should she wish, to see if the people of that constituency will take her at her word and vote her back into office. I must say it's highly unlikely. Several reasons. One, given the current state of the party generally. Secondly, Labour seem to be on a bit of a resurgence and I would predict quite safely going to win this seat. And thirdly, people do not like hypocrisy and cant that has been pouring forth from that woman. Oh, I'm going to lock down everybody, blah, 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 rules. And then she immediately breaks them. Do as I say, not as I do, is not a very good way of retaining a seat. So we'll have a look at this article, see what's happening. She's boasting about the visits, and the recall petition letters have gone out to the residents. The booths are opening on the 20th, early part of next week, Monday, I think. And it will be very quick. I suspect, and I won't get pinned down to it, I wouldn't be surprised if they make the 10% on the first day. But anyway, we'll take a look at this article, see what is going on. So, the Wicked Witch of Hamilton West, Margaret Ferrier, boasts about visits as recall petition letters are delivered in Rutherglen and Hamilton West. Now, both the SNP, not the SNP, both Labour and the Tories say they have got enough supporters ready to go on day one to get the necessary 10%. So it won't be long. The Nationalist MP is fighting for a political life as she looks to avoid a by-election that could result in humiliation for Humza Yousaf. Too late, he's already humiliated, he's useless and everyone knows it. And she's not going to win this election. Never in a million years. So, voters in Rutherglen and Hamilton West have started to receive letters informing them of the recall petition that could see Margaret Ferrier lose her job, just as the former SNP MP boasts about her work in the constituency. I don't know why she's bothering. She's already done. She needs to go away in shame and ignominy and never show her face in public again. The Scottish Express can reveal information about the petition has now been sent out by South Lanarkshire Council and started arriving through letterboxes on Wednesday. Ms Ferrier faces a by-election after being suspended from the Commons for 30 days after she was convicted of breaking COVID rules, the very rules she helped to bring in while she was carrying the virus. So she actually, I've covered this past, she actually had, it wasn't like potential, she actually had it and then she travelled despite the ban. So she's getting her just desserts. If at least 10% of the people in her Rutherglen and Hamilton West constituency sign the petition, a by-election will be called. And as I've mentioned, that is almost certain to happen on day one. It's that quick. Although Miss Ferrier sits as an independent, she was elected as an SNP candidate. She had the whip removed after all this difficulty. But she still continued to vote as though she were SNP. She backed, in every vote she always backed the SNP. I think she was trying to wheedle her way back in, and given the amount of time and, should everything be fine, they would have sort of let her do her penance, as it were, and then come back. They certainly did it with Patrick Grady, and he was guilty of far worse things, and they welcomed him back with open arms. Anyway, the petition will go live on Tuesday, June the 20th, until Monday, July the 31st. It will be closed a lot sooner than that. June the 20th, possibly. It might not even get to the solstice. Only those registered to vote in Rutherglen and Hamilton West are eligible to vote, and voting must be done in person or by applying for a postal vote or a proxy. Photographic ID will be required to vote. Good. The letter states, I am writing to inform you that there will be a petition to decide whether Margaret Ferrier, the MP for Rutherglen and Hamilton West, should lose her seat as an MP, and a by-election should be held to decide who will be MP for that constituency. It adds that Ferrier can still stand in the election, and if that is less than if less than 10% sign it, no vote will be had. And they will be having the 10%. There will be the vote. Now, of course, she can stand, but she will be standing as an independent. The SNP have already found a replacement candidate, so she won't be standing for them. And of course, their candidate will have the backing of the party, and that she won't have that. If she wants to stand, it's all totally at her own expense. And I don't think people will vote for her, so I think it'd be a waste of time for her to do it. So it's the utter humiliation, I think. The 30-day suspension has not stopped Ferrier from pitching herself as a diligent constituency MP, as she looks to desperately hold on to her job, because no one else is going to employ her, are they? On her official Commons website, she lists 45 constituency visits on Thursday, Friday and Saturday, desperate to show that she's still doing something, even though she's effectively done as an MP. It's a waste of time, love. Give it up. It doesn't. You could cure cancer tomorrow and you're still not getting voted in. It concludes a blog post from Tuesday evening saying, "It was another busy week out and about in the constituency. My team and I visited many more local businesses, giving us the opportunity to chat to owners and staff, support some of our homegrown companies, and to pick up additional casework that will benefit the community." It's all blather, isn't it? It's all, look at me, look how good I am, look at me working hard. Yeah, but you weren't doing that a couple of weeks ago, were you? Oh, no. Only now. Only at the end do you see. Only when you see your doom. "The doom has come upon me," cried the lady of Rutherford and Hamilton West. She is finished, isn't she? Last year, Ferrier was sentenced to 270 hours of community service. Blah, 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 blah. We know all about her and what she has done. It is absolutely fine that she's done. And, you can't be the one who makes the rules and then goes and breaks the rules and expect to have no punishment. But there you go. Although, I must say, that must be punishment enough. Forced to do a photo op with that wee thing. How short is Margaret Ferrier? Nibby's tiny. She must be a bloody leprechaun. She's tiny, isn't she? My God, look at that. Nicola Sturgeon towering feet above her. Oh, anyway, never noticed how short she was before. Yeah, so there we go. I shall round up and come up, but it's just humorous now because, like I say, it's Tuesday. It comes out on Tuesday. I think by close of business Tuesday night, they'll have the 10%. The election will be called, and she is well and truly toast. Coming up. I mean, they really are under starters' orders now. They've had their people in place for a time. They're ready to go, and I think that come the next 2-3 days, certainly over this weekend, they'll all be out making sure that all their supporters are ready to go on Monday. This is Labour and the Tories, maybe even the Lib Dems. I think the Tories are aware they cannot win the seat. I think they know it is going to be a Labour victory. But I think it's very important for both the Tories and the Lib Dems to be out on the street, to be pushing themselves out there, to be known, to make it clear, to give people the awareness that other parties are mingling around, and to hopefully try and snatch one or two away from the SNP. Labour will take a lot, of course, but a few to the SNP, even a few to the Conservatives, doesn't matter. But you're jockeying now for the position. This isn't the position for the by-election. The by-election is done. Labour won it. We know this. This is all about the run-up to the big one, to the general election, that will be soon, relatively soon. And so I think this is like it's the start of a much longer race. This is a sprint, but this sprint is the start of the marathon, and the marathon ends with the general election, and that's what they're all looking up. Come that, the SNP could lose an awful lot of seats at Westminster, and that would be utter humiliation for Humza Yousaf, which pleases the rest of us. Anyway, I shall finish there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. Definitely leave a like, that's what really helps. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. Let's keep an eye on this and see if it's done. Let's see if on Wednesday morning, next Wednesday, I'm telling you that there's going to be a by-election. Anyway, till the next video, goodbye.